Always.
Always. Okay, assalamualaikum.
Rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Always what?
Best behaviour.
Best behaviour.
Because we're on Facebook Live.
We're on Facebook. We're live.
Live.
Facebook Live.
On Heritage Radio's Facebook page.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
How
So
cool is that?
we're now live.
Yes.
Out to the nation.
Yes.
Out to all of the viewers and listeners.
Which means it's now,
It's
and
now,
people are
now.
watching it now.
Now. Yeah. All four of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 3 men,
Yeah.
a dog.
Yes.
Actually, there's 2 sisters as well.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
5 and
Five and a dog.
an animal.
Yeah, that's
And an
right.
animal.
So, I like to tell ourselves that it's 3 men, a dog, 2 sisters.
Yes.
But it's absolutely
We know
more
it's
than that.
significantly more than that, but then you
what-
start to panic.
When we check the stats on this Facebook Live later,
Yep.
we'll find out
Yes.
that actually it was more like hundreds of people.
Yes.
And
Even
in
more
time,
on the radio. Yeah, this
it will be
is
thousands of people. And also when we put the voice only onto the radio, it's thousands.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
It's almost like people like what we say.
Brilliant.
I have no idea why.
Incredible. People listen.
Talking of
Choice.
talking of liking what we say,
Choice.
and I'm just going to do a very shameless plug of our Two White Muslims mugs merch. Can you believe we've got merch?
No, I can't.
Merch.
I can't. No, I cannot. But if I'm going to drink, it's going to be from your face.
If I'm going to drink, I want your face pointing that way. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So,
Yes.
so what have we got to talk about?
Well. You know, occasionally, some people out there think they're having a bad day.
Oh, I know. Boo-hoo-hoo for them.
Yes. And we're not talking about people who are having a bad day. We're not talking about the total things that happen. We're not talking about tragedy. We're not talking,
No,
we're talking
no,
about
no.
we're talking about the little
Ill
things that
health,
make that
etc.
put some people into a bad mood and allows them the justification to stay there all day.
And have a bad day.
And they say, do you know what I've had today? A bad day. And we go, no. You might have had a bad minute, which you insisted on keeping going.
You had something slightly went wrong.
Yes.
And you chose to make
focus on
a
that.
day of it.
Absolutely.
You chose to ask people around you to have some kind of pity party
Yes,
with you.
come and join me in the come in the
Come on,
corner. Let's have a pity
come
party.
on.
Hunting packs. Let's have a
please.
pity party.
And you find if you're looking for people who have also convinced themselves that they're having a bad day,
Yeah, you'll find
them.
You find what
You'll
you'll
find them.
You'll find them.
Absolutely.
And if not, you'll persuade
You
them.
will huddle around in the corner of the kitchen
Yes.
at work.
In your pity party.
Yeah, in your pity party.
And you'll make it worse. And somebody will walk past and go, good morning. And you'll go, is it?
Is it?
Really?
What's good about it?
What's good about
Really?
it? It was till, and then they'll tell you what happened.
And then
And they'll tell you repeatedly.
But during the pity party, isn't it also the truth? Isn't it also the case that it's almost like every one of you's got a shovel, and you kind of start digging,
Dig yourselves into a hole.
a hole.
If you're in that
So
hole,
much so that you can't quite get.
you can't
back
then
out
get
again.
to absolutely. You can't see the light.
If you're in a hole,
And you don't want to get any deeper.
stop digging.
Stop digging.
It's easy.
It's not complicated.
Change your mindset.
Stop digging.
Just change your view. That's all you have to
digging.
do.
One way
It's
to do
easy.
that, listen to the Two White Muslims
Yeah.
as they prattle on about people who've had a real bad day.
You see.
You think
we-
you've had a bad day?
We need to
Get ready.
We need to set the benchmarks here.
Yes.
We need to show people, if people want to know what good is, they really need to be shown what bad actually is.
Yes.
So when they think they're having a bad day,
Yeah, we're
they're
rewriting
really
those
not.
motivational couches again. What does bad look like?
Yeah.
Not what does good look like.
No,
Forget that. Forget that.
You
What
will
does
be able to
bad look
recognise
like?
good when you realise what bad actually is.
Yes. Let's consider
Yes.
how bad it could be. Let's focus on somebody who is having a bad
day. Okay.
Let's compare, shall we?
Yes.
So you stubbed your toe on your way into work, and because stubbing your toe is not a bad thing. Somebody seeing it, that's a tragedy.
You missed that deadline.
Yes.
Oh, you know.
Your boss shouted at you.
Deadlines come, deadlines go. So what?
Oh. Right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready for this.
Man attacked by bear So it's already pretty bad. It's already pretty
It's not a
bad.
good start, is it?
Which then keeps him as food inside its den.
Oh,
It's the thing of horror movies.
that should
This
be
is the
made
thing
into
of
a movie.
horror movies.
I'd go to the cinema to watch that.
So, A, he was attacked by a bear. I'm thinking that's pretty bad.
That's awful.
He survived. That's pretty good.
Yes.
But then the bear dragged him off
Into his cave.
to its lair, its den,
Yes.
and kind of had him as a bit of tinned
I'll
food.
tell you what, I'll snack on you
I'll
when
snack
I
on
fancy
you
it.
as and when I need you.
Yeah.
You said that. Because of his
I'll
injuries,
start feet first.
FIFA, I'll work my way up. Because of his injuries, he couldn't get out. Do
No.
you want to know how long he spent?
Go on.
A month.
Oh, you're joking.
No.
No, actually, no, you're not.
No, I'm not. Because it's here.
not
It's
a
here
joke.
in black and white.
This-
And just to help,
It's not a joke.
just to help, they've given us a picture of a bear.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, well, that looks quite
Show that
nice.
again, show that
That
again.
looks quite nice.
Ah,
There you go.
perfect.
They've given us a
Perfect.
picture of a bear just so that we know what a bear looks like. Oh, that's what attacked him then. Right, a bear.
So,
Right.
just for clarity, it was a brown
It was
bear.
a brown bear, according to that picture,
Yeah.
according to their photographic evidence, where somewhere it will say not actual
Not
picture,
actual bear. Yes.
not actual footage. So because of his
Because
injuries,
clearly somebody had the actual footage
Yes.
that have seen the man and been able to help
yes.
him.
And by the way, I can't show you the next pictures.
Oh, well, can you show me?
I could probably show you if they're on it. I'm sure there will be
Let's
because there's several. There's a lot of coverage of this one.
Let's not upset our
We
viewers.
don't want to upset the viewers. Oh yes, I can. I can show you. I can show you.
Show
I'll
me.
show you in a minute. In a little minute.
Okay.
In a little minute. I'll make sure it's not
Yeah,
coming.
inshallah.
Number one,
Yep.
he's attacked by a bear.
Yeah,
That's a pretty bad day.
That's a bad day.
Number two, he survives.
Yeah, okay, good.
Tick.
Good on you.
High five.
Well done.
Yes. But then he gets dragged to the bear's cave
Yeah.
and kept there for food.
Yes.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And he's kept there for a month.
A month.
Also bad. I
That's
think, hang on a
horrific.
minute, how has he survived for a month?
Yeah.
He survived for a month by eating and drinking what he could find in the cave. I'm saying cave, in
Okay.
the den.
In the
You know what I
den.
mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to imagine, because eating, well, judging by the picture, he didn't eat a great deal. But you've got to have fluids.
Yes.
Let's not even begin
No.
with where he might. Okay, so it would have survived for the month.
Yes.
Up to the point, this is in Russia, up to the point where some hunters with dogs
Yep.
find themselves in the area of this den, and
Yep.
the dogs refuse to leave.
Ooh.
Refuse to leave. And
They
you know,
knew something.
They knew
something
there was
was
something
afoot.
or somebody was still there.
Yes.
So they persisted. and
Dogs are amazing,
eventually-
aren't they?
Amazing.
They
Amazing. I think they just point like that. The point.
That's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah.
Point like that. Might set a style.
Not with the fingers.
Not with
like
the
that,
fingers. No, not
clearly
like
they
that.
don't have fingers. They've kind of got paws.
No,
so they kind of go like that.
Come, look at this. Oi, you. Naughty. Look.
Come on. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, going nowhere.
Until you have followed me.
Going
into
nowhere.
that
There's more of us than there's
lair.
here. We're nowhere. So they go in and find this chap,
Yeah. Wow.
and
Imagine seeing that.
well,
Oof.
are you ready?
Okay, I'm
And
ready.
I've got to make sure this does not go on camera.
Yeah.
This is him after a month.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't look very good, does he?
Oh, he's,
To be honest with you,
he's had better days, hasn't he?
They've described him as a human skeleton.
Human skeleton, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
he
goodness
looks
me.
like a mummified human skeleton.
I can't believe he survived for a month.
It survived for a month by scrabbling around the cave and finding. Survived for a month.
Put me off.
Yes.
That kind of put me off my lunch.
Exactly. Awful.
Ooh.
Now, but the question here is, we use these bad days
Yeah.
to allow people to think, well, you're not really having a bad day by comparison.
That's right.
Now, is he having a good day or a bad day?
What, because he's still alive,
Because he's
having
still
been mauled by a bear.
Mauled
and
by
then
a bear,
kept for
Injured
snacks.
so much he couldn't actually
Yeah.
move, kept for snacks,
Yeah.
but survived.
Yeah. I suppose at the point that he was found, That's when his look started to change
Yes.
for the better.
Yes. Because
Up until that point,
yeah.
he didn't have a bad day.
Yes.
He had a bad month.
I remember. Do you remember?
really
Do you
did.
remember the program? I think it was 9. I think it was called 999.
Okay.
And it was, you know, when they put together reenactments
Yeah.
of tragic events,
Yeah.
but where people survived.
This actually
This
happened.
actually happened, and they
Real
put it
life.
all back together.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's ridiculous.
And they showed them, like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, you know what I mean? And I remember one guy.
How could that possibly
How could
happen?
that possibly happen? I remember one guy was a farmer, and you know when they have those massive things that cut, and they do it for cutting hedges.
Yeah.
And so he's got it that way, and he's in his tractor.
Yeah.
Well, he's not Cornish, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he's going along, and he's
nor is he a pirate.
Nor is he a pirate. It's got, and as he cuts some barbed wire, and the tiny bit of barbed wire shoots in, punches him, and goes into his heart.
What?
But because the room was so small, and so he's thinking, you know, was a bit ill. And so they go through the whole thing of, you know, the thing being flown out, helicopters, and they go, what's wrong with it? And they come find it, and then somebody went, what's that?
What's that?
And then the heart surgeon goes, amazing.
So they get it on the X-ray machine
Yeah,
or
next to the machine,
whatever.
you know what I mean?
Just-
Amazing. Amazing.
And all of a sudden, there's a barbed wire in one of his heart chambers.
Yes. But
Wow.
then they actually reenacted one that I remember hearing about as an actual story. So you know,
Okay.
when you hear about a news story,
Yep.
and then like 3 years later, oh, it's only on 999.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brilliant. I've been looking forward to them doing this
Oh,
one.
and it was horrific.
Okay.
And it was this kid about 14 or 15 years old,
Yep.
coming home from school,
Yep.
and he gets chased by these bullies
Okay.
who want to do for him.
That's not.
Do you know what I
good,
mean?
is
So they chase him onto
it?
a
I know
bridge.
how that feels.
Well, yes, yeah, I can well imagine. Likewise, actually, if I cast my mind back about a week. You're looking at me all nice now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So they chase him onto a
Sorry,
bridge.
had to be done.
Yeah, they chase him onto a bridge, and they push him over the parapet of this bridge. It's a bit of a scuffle, and they push him over this bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge is a railway bridge.
Yep.
So a bridge over a railway track.
Okay.
But it's a railway track that has, you know, the electric wires at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he falls onto those wires
Okay.
and is electrocuted
Okay.
and has some 20,000 volts put through him. So many that his clothes burst into flames.
Oh, that's awful.
He then falls onto the railway tracks
Yeah.
in flames. But he's broken his hip,
Yeah.
both his legs, both his arms, and one shoulder.
Yeah.
So he can't,
And he's on fire.
and he's on fire, but he can't move to put the fire out.
Oh.
He then gets run over by a train, which drags him some considerable length up the track, but the train puts the flames out,
Okay.
and he survives.
What?
So he had like a 30-foot drop
Yeah.
onto these, or about a 10-foot drop onto these things.
It's just
I know, it's incredible. Has, you know, X tens of thousands of volts put through him to the point where he has, you know, burns all over his body and he's in flames, his clothes are in flames. He then falls 20 feet onto the railway track, breaks his hip, his shoulder, both arms, both legs, then gets run over by a train,
Yeah.
but the train extinguishes the flames,
yeah.
but because it drags him, he incurs more injuries,
physical, yeah,
and
damage.
then has to wait to be rescued
Yes.
because he can't physically move.
Yes.
So he's terrified that he's going to get, you know, and it's like, oh my God,
He's terrified that he's going to get dead.
he's going to get deaded by
Yeah.
a train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the reason, so I remember it being on 999. I think, oh my God, I remember this.
Yeah.
But I remember it being reported, and they're interviewing him, you know what I mean? And he's all bandaged up and things.
Yeah.
And they're saying, so what happened? And he's just going, oh, this happened. Oh my God. And the interviewer went through all that. The interviewer went, woo! You were lucky. And you can see this guy go,
Even through his he's wrapped like a mummy.
yeah.
You can see his head going.
What part? But I see where they're coming from.
Lucky.
I see where they're coming from. Yeah, you were quite lucky, by all accounts. So
I think what we need to do is set the benchmark on what lucky it feels like as well.
So man gets attacked by bear,
Yeah.
gets injured,
Yep.
severely injured and mauled,
Yep.
dragged up into the bear's den,
Cave.
gets
I
put
see
in
the
the
cave.
gets put in the cave as food.
Yeah.
Spends a month there having to scavenge to keep him alive, but survives. So lucky, really, isn't he?
You were lucky. Mate. You were lucky.
Wow, you were lucky, and this was your lucky day. What? Oh my goodness!
Incredible.
So,
isn't it?
on whatever level you consider luck,
Yeah.
let's just bear in mind, you might think you're having a bad day. Well, let's put it into perspective, because you've seen the
Not as
pictures.
bad as him.
Was he having a good day?
Can I also,
Yes.
I call to mind
Right.
a injury that I heard about.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we talk about this after break?
Yeah, we
Can we
can.
come back to this and talk about this after break?
Shall we do that?
Because we have to do a little bit of this first.
Of course we
And then
do.
when we come back, we'll do a bit of that.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Warahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. I like that line.
I like that line too.
Isn't it a great way to open up a segment?
It's brilliant.
Assalamu alaikum.
Warahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Brilliant. Brilliant. It's a great way to start a conversation.
Alhamdulillah.
It's better than, are you listening to me? Which I always think is a really strange way
It's not a
to
good way to start a conversation. It's
really
always a
weird
My
way to
wife
start.
does that all the time. She starts a conversation by saying, "Are you listening to a word
Are
I'm
you even
saying?"
listening?
I'm thinking,
What a strange way to start a
"That's
conversation.
all, love. So, shall we start this again?
Yeah.
Shall we start this again, love?"
Yeah. My wife says there's three things.
Love.
Three things I do that really, really, really irritate her. Number one, don't listen, and two others.
There's two others here somewhere. My wife accused me of being immature. I told her to shut up and get out of my fort.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, before the break,
Yep.
we were talking about people where somebody said, "Ooh, you were lucky."
Oh, lucky, yes,
Yes,
lucky.
and
First of
you
all,
said,
to be
"Ah."
mauled by a bear,
More by a bear.
dragged into its lair,
Yes.
and held for food
For
for
a
1 month.
Yes. You were lucky.
You were lucky.
Yeah. To be thrown off a bridge, land on some electricity cables,
Get electrocuted with thousands of volts.
burst into
Burst
flames,
into flames.
30-degree beams over the entire of your body,
Yeah.
fall 20 feet
Fall 20
onto,
feet onto the railway track
break
itself.
your shoulder, hip, both legs,
Both
both
legs,
arms.
both arms. And then
Then-
a train comes and runs you over.
Yeah,
Luckily, this is where his
is
luck
very lucky.
changed. His luck changed.
yeah.
That
That
action,
extinguished
that
the flames.
extinguished the flames at least.
Dragged him for a good few hundred feet,
Yeah,
but
broke a
extinguished the
few more
flames.
bones.
Yes.
Of course. But yeah. But
And the newspaper reporter went, "Ooh, you were lucky." I bet he felt lucky. I bet he did. I bet he went, "You know what?" But no, I bet he went, You know what?
I bet
You're
he did.
only right. I bet he didn't. Yeah. Define luck. Muppet.
So those two.
But you
I
said-
myself, I've
you
got
said,
another one.
"Oh, I've got one."
I remember another story.
Right.
Okay, and it was a guy, and again he was working at a height,
Yes.
and he slipped and fell. He was working near to a perimeter fence, and you know those wooden posts
Yes.
that are like 4 inches by 4 inches.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, these were spiked at the top. Normally they're spiked at the bottom, aren't they, to help you
To get them
hammer
in,
into
yes,
the
yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
These were spiked at the top,
Yeah.
and he landed on one.
Right.
And the way that he'd landed was that it entered his body through his shoulder
Oh my goodness.
and came back out of his body just below his kidney in his lower back.
My goodness.
The action of the weight of his body
Yeah.
on this fence post snapped the post,
Oh my
and he
goodness.
lay there on the floor thinking, "This is the bit where I died.
What happens now? I wonder.
I'm waiting for the light. Go towards the
Yes,
light."
yes.
I'm waiting, and nothing. He then passed out. Yeah. Only to wake up several days later in hospital.
Oh.
Because, as if by absolute miracle,
Yes, and as if by magic.
this thing had missed his heart-lungs.
Oh my
It had
goodness.
it had missed all sorts of other stuff on the way through. It had scraped his kidney but not taken it out the other side. And he survived.
Oh my goodness.
Now, that's what I call
Lucky.
lucky.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Oh my, no.
I'm waiting for that to come on. 999 emergency. I want to see that one.
Do you know for little ones that go through you?
Yeah.
Because I used to watch that 999. It was
Yeah.
called 999 Emergency.
Yeah.
I used to watch 999 Emergency. And there was one where these kids were playing snooker.
Yep.
And this kid tripped and fell.
No.
And
No.
just what you described,
Oh.
but the cue went right through his neck. Missed
Yeah.
his windpipe, went in between, went straight through his neck.
Yes.
So he fell over, was on the
it
floor.
missed his carotid and jugular vein.
straight through.
It
So-
missed his
Spine, all the nerves.
spine, all that control the rest of the body.
Yep.
It missed his thyroid and missed all of that and just came out the other side.
But the thing was, they couldn't.
I mean, how lucky is he?
Exactly. Oh, you were lucky. But I remember they couldn't transport him to hospital. They couldn't take it out.
No.
He needed to be in hospital.
Yeah.
You just pull it out. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness.
Disaster. That's certain death.
But they couldn't get him out the door.
Of course they couldn't.
So they had to cut both ends. Exactly.
Oh.
They had to cut both ends off.
No.
And he felt every single
I
stroke.
bet he did. Wow.
Yeah, no, we didn't say it was. Do you know what he was, though? Do you know what he was?
Lucky.
He was lucky. Oh, my
This is a whole
goodness.
new strange usage of the word
Oh,
lucky.
it really, really
That doesn't
is.
sound lucky to me.
Oh, Lord.
Really crazy. I can't imagine.
I'm a,
Hey, I can't imagine.
you know, just for silly things that reporters say.
Yeah.
Do you remember when, I think it was Graham Gooch. It was either Graham Gooch or Mike Gatty.
Yeah.
It was one of those two. It was a G. It was either Graham Gooch
So this is a
or Mike
cricket
Gatty.
thing,
It was
is
a
it?
cricket thing. And he got hit in the face, full in the face, with a cricket ball. So I think he'd gone
Ouch.
to, and it hit him full in the face. Now, as a kid, you don't realise how hard cricket balls are.
Oh,
Then you pick one up, it's like a cannonball.
Absolutely. It is. It's awful.
You imagine getting hit in the face
No.
with that. And so there was actually bone protruding.
And it comes at you really fast.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so, you know, his eyes have gone really, really black like this, and there's bone protruding, it's snapped, and there's bone protruding out of his nose.
Do you know any of the stats on the speed of...
Very quick. So then he goes into the, you know, where he's being interviewed.
Yeah.
And question one, hello, this is Junaid Rahim from BBC News. So then, Mike, where did it get you? He got black eyes, red nose, blood going down here, and a bit of bone sticking out. So then, Mike,
Where did it get you?
Oh, and he kind of went. So yeah, stats.
I'm not even going to answer that. How fast do those bowlers bowl? Is it about 100
Oh,
miles an hour?
yeah, I'm almost certain it's over 100 miles an hour. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
incredible, isn't
Yes.
it? For that hard thing, hard leather thing to hit you,
Yes.
like it full on in the face.
Yeah. Or if it's not 100 miles an hour, it's tens of miles an hour.
It is. It's
Yes.
fast because they're.
And I bet when they bat
bowlers,
it,
isn't
when
it?
they bat it,
Oh, my
it's got
goodness.
some speed to it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it can reach the crowd, can't it?
Well, actually,
and that's
yes.
some distance away.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
I've seen it land in people's drinks.
Now, I
Wow.
went to a cricket match.
Never been.
I've been to one. I went to
Doesn't
one.
attract me, doesn't excite me.
Went to
You
one as a
went
kid.
to one, didn't you?
Went
Yes.
to one as a kid
Yep.
because my dad was an umpire
Well, there we go then.
and he loved cricket.
Yeah.
So he took us to Lords.
Right.
Yeah, we saw England v Australia,
Oh, wow.
fourth Test match. So that's going back to early 70s.
Yeah.
I was a young
Yeah.
kid at the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't even work out who was batting.
I know.
Not in the slightest bit interested,
Oh.
and had the most boring day of my life.
Yes.
I vowed at the age of 9,
Wow.
I will never come to this
Yeah.
thing again.
Ever.
Because this was so tedious.
I know. And I know some people like it. I'm not one of them.
Some people, I know. A lot of our friends like it.
Yes, they do. They do.
And it's not an Islamic thing.
Nope.
But it's very much a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing.
Absolutely.
I remember my father-in-law saying, because he was on the buses at one point.
Yep.
You know, it just come to Glasgow. It's on the buses.
Yeah.
So it is.
Oh, I'll get you.
Yeah, I'll get you, butler. And he was walking, and a bus stopped, and the driver went, "Who's winning?" Because Pakistan were playing. I think. And he went, "I don't know. Hated it." I don't know. That's right. He went, "I don't know. Who's playing?" Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. But sorry, you were going to say.
So, yeah, I vowed never to go
Yes.
again to
Yes,
cricket
yes,
match
yes,
when
yes,
I was
yes.
9 years old.
Yes.
And I kept that up
Yes.
until
Oh no.
I won. I won a prize at work.
Did you feel like you'd won?
No. I felt like I'd
Did it
been
feel like a
kicked out the
victory?
booby prize. I really did. I felt like they're just insulting me. But I won along with 5 other guys.
Yeah.
And all expenses paid. Starts with breakfast in a nice hotel, and you get all your
All access.
travel,
Yeah. All that.
etc.
All
To
that.
Headingley to watch
Right.
England v somebody else.
Somebody.
I can't even remember who it was.
We all wear the same colour.
Might have been Australia.
All in white.
Might have been New Zealand.
Yeah.
It was somewhere from that end of the world.
Yes.
And I sat there, and it was a blistering hot summer's day.
Oh, you'll love that then.
Imagine what happened
With
to me.
your
Imagine
complexion.
exactly what happened to me. By the end of the
my
day,
goodness.
I tell you, the thing that really baffled me was this. I was at such a distance,
Yep.
I couldn't even see the ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, couldn't even see it.
So occasionally you would hear the sound of, is it leather on willow?
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it.
Where's that gone then?
Yeah, how did he see that? Because I couldn't see it. And I couldn't see the ball, and I couldn't tell who was bowling,
who was winning, who was losing.
I'm not interested.
247 for
Scoreboard.
me.
How many numbers do they have on that
I know.
scoreboard? And you know what sense does that mean? I can't make any sense of that.
Nope.
Crazy. So the most exciting part of that day was
No idea.
the guy who was hosting the day.
Yes.
Who was from one of the major insurance companies.
Huh.
I won't mention who.
Yeah.
But the guy from the Prudential.
Was he the man from the Pooh?
He was. And he went out at about 12:30, lunchtime,
Yes.
and came back with 6 portions of fish and chips.
Oh, come on. That makes the day. That makes
made
it
the day.
almost doable.
I felt so lucky.
Yeah. yes. At that point.
At that point.
At that
Yes.
point.
But no, cricket's not my thing.
Not for me.
Cricket's not my thing.
Not for me. If that upsets or offends people, I'm sorry, just not for me.
No, if that upsets or offends anybody,
Not for me.
I don't care.
Yes.
You can be upset and offended if
Not
that's what
for
you
me.
want to do.
Not
Yeah.
for me.
Cricket, I would rather chew one of my own legs off.
Yes.
That would be marginally less painful.
Yeah.
I would rather watch paint dry.
Just don't understand. It's tactical.
It's not.
No, I don't get
It's
it.
just
Don't get it.
tedious.
Don't get it. It's tedious is what it is.
It's
Tedious.
slow.
You may as well watch dressage. You may as well watch horses dance.
Dancing.
Horses were not made to dance.
You know,
They weren't. They weren't.
they don't know what dancing is.
No. Oh, in the horse did well. No, it's doing what it was
It's
told.
been
Oh, so you
beaten
managed to get a
into
horse to do what it was told.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, well done. Oh, well
Oh,
done.
beautiful.
Oh,
No, it's
well
not.
done.
It
No.
looks idiotic.
Yep.
The
The
horse.
poor horse.
The horse is thinking to
You
itself,
plaited its tail.
"What have you done to me?
You made it look all.
What have you
No.
done to me here? What have you done?"
Yeah.
That's what the horse is thinking.
I used to run free.
Why am I doing this?
I used to run
Well, what's the
free.
point?
People would look at me with admiration.
The only reason
Now
I
they
do
say,
this,
"Oh, we can dance."
the only reason I do this is because at the end of this, you'll stick me back in my field
Yes.
with my long grass.
Yes.
And I can eat.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can go, "Hey." People go, "What?" You go, "No."
No. Hey.
No, no, no.
Hey. I like it.
"Hey."
Hey.
You go, "What?
No,
What? No."
No. It's down there. I eat the stuff.
And then as you walk past, you go, "Why the long face?"
Yeah.
Yes. Terrible. So,
Terrible. Anyway.
that being the case, we need to
we need to crack on.
We need to run on.
And play one of these
Yes.
nasheedy type things, and then soon enough it'll be time for the All exciting news.
Yes.
Can't wait. Back after this, inshallah.